All right, everybody. Welcome to another Living Freestyle Game Dev live stream. My name is Kevin. We do this twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings right now. It works like office hours, Q&A. Come and go as you please. Ask questions generally around game dev, Unreal Engine, those kinds of things. I hang out. Hopefully, we can stumble through any of those questions together and learn a bunch of stuff at the same time. I currently am fortunate enough, that was an awesome sentence, to work in games professionally right now. I currently work in R&D at Riot Games as a tech animator, which means I have a pretty good foot in both the creative side and the tech side of what's going on. But Unreal is crazy deep. Nobody knows everything. And so when I say stumble through, I definitely mean stumble through. If there are no questions and things are pretty quiet, which happens pretty frequently, no worries. We fill the time with me just live streaming, working towards my own personal game project that I'm working on, trying to get towards a working prototype. I went through, I didn't see any questions in the comments from previous streams or anything like that, so I think we're good to go from that standpoint, which means we're going to be hopping right back into where we left off. And where we left off was a very twisted road. What we were trying to do is we were trying to get back to the point where our enemies can heal themselves. But in trying to do that, we discovered we have lots of problems with our inventory system. And so fortunately, I have had some time to work on that since then. So I'm going to catch you up to speed from where we are. And we will just go ahead and hop straight in. Let's go ahead and pop over to Unreal. I do want to double check real quick that all of our streams are up and going because, again, we are actually interesting. I have no idea if we're streaming to YouTube because we're getting a video that's an issue that's saying that our stream resolution is wrong. Let's see what we've got. Let's just double check this real quick. Again, we're trying to figure out a way to dual stream without spending cash to save some money because that's the way it goes. All right, so let's just double check YouTube, or if anybody is here on YouTube, feel free to let me know if it's coming through all right. It does look like it's going through even though the resolution is wrong. So we'll check that out later. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's get our chat up and get rolling. All right, so where are we at? Basically, I've made a bunch of changes. I went ahead and added the code that I'd mentioned in the last stream so I can get all of the equipped items. I've gone through and I've updated the way that our health packs work and things like that. And I've also discovered a couple things. So some of those things that I discovered are we actually can no longer use this weapon spawner. This weapon spawner is kind of left over from the Lyra days. And since we've kind of updated our inventory system and changed the way it works, this actually kind of breaks the way stuff works. So we don't need that, or it doesn't play nice with the new system. So I'm actually going to delete this and remove it from our level. And what I did is I updated our pickup items to be able to kind of reload much like the weapon spawner does if we choose to. Now, I say if we choose to, we actually haven't done that work yet. We're going to be doing some of that today. So let's just kind of get back to, let me just show you where we are when we spawn, okay? If I go and I pick up this health pack, you can see now this pickup item also has a countdown to it. If I look at my inventory, you'll notice that I have an active item, which is my heal pickup. And now I can actually pick up more than one of them. So if we take a look at our inventory again, we now have 3 of them, which is great. The other thing is we can actually print out our equipment. Now, one of the things you'll notice is there's 2 sections to this. We have inventory, pistol, sword, and heal pickup, and then we have equipment. Now, the equipment is supposed to be everything that the equipment manager has, but so far, that all seems like nothing, and everything is in inventory. So we built a bunch of stuff. We just need to fix a few of those things right now. So if we go ahead and hurt ourselves a bit, if I step off this damage pad and I bring up my inventory and I click on the heal pickup, it does heal me. It does count down the item that is exactly what we want to happen. And so we are off and running. Now, a couple things that I would like to fix. I mentioned that we made it so that this pickup can actually respawn, but I don't really have that as an option yet. So let's go ahead and add that in as an option. Also, we do not have perforce running yet today. So let's get that up and running. All right, so we got our perforce up and running. We don't really need that on screen. We'll set that off to the side. Double checking Twitch. That's great. And not sure what this is going to do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I believe we are still streaming to YouTube. I hope so. All right, so in our spawner, we have the idea of these cooldown timers, cooldown percentage, and all these kinds of things. But what we don't have is a way to tell it to do that instead. All right, so what I mean by that is if we come through here and we finish, if there's leftover, it's going to leave. This is kind of leftover from many, many streams ago when we were working on the inventory system. And what happens is, if let's say that you have 8 rounds, or let's say your magazine or your spare ammo, you're allowed to carry 8. You have 4, but there's 8 on the ground. If you pick it up, there should be 4 left over. So this is a way for it to calculate the 4 left over, and that's what used to be there. Since then, I've added in this whole slew of setting timers via events, turning on the gun pads, deactivating, and everything like that before we come back in. Really, what we need, and you can see this is in a pretty bad state of cleanup, so we kind of need to clean this up a little bit. So let's just clean this up a little bit. We'll move all of this stuff down and make room. Okay, these are our pads. This is just organization. Okay, so that's great. Now this is actually going to expand a bit, and we need the idea of whether or not this spawner respawns or not. Okay. And right now, what we really want to do is, if it doesn't respawn, it should destroy itself. That's what it used to do before, and we do need to go back to doing that again. I'm going to move all of this over, just so it looks prettier. And this is also that auto switch the weapon that we had taken out some time ago. Okay, so let's just move this over. This makes room for it. All right, now, so we have is left over, new weapon, cooldown timer, Okay, what do we want to call this variable that we're going to use to drive this whole thing? Is it a spawner? Does it self-respawn? Auto-fill? Auto-refill? Auto-respawn. Does respawn. I'm trying to think of a good variable. Well, we know it's going to be a Boolean. Boolean infinite respawn. Or maybe number of respawns. We could do it as an integer. That would be interesting. Let's just go with should respawn. That's kind of weird to use should in a variable name. Respawns. Respawn item. Okay, we'll call it that. All right. And we need to make it instance editable and expose on spawn. So now that if we compile and save that, then what we want to do is if this is true, we're going to come down here and do this. If it is false, we are going to destroy the actor and it will go away. And the default should be false. All right, so that's all of that. Now that should give us the ability to decide whether or not these auto respawn or not. All right, so let's go back to this and let's change this one. We'll change this one to be a respawn item. Man, respawn items isn't very descriptive. It doesn't rename this something that makes sense. Auto refill and respawn item. It's long, but it's gonna work. It seems more descriptive. I don't like it. If I figure out a better word, or if you all have a good one, just let me know. Auto refill and respawn item. All right, so this one we're going to set to true. If I can click on it. All right. Now when we play, if we go and we hit this first one, it should just disappear and die. It does. It's no longer there. Same thing with our plasma. And if we check our inventory, we should have 1 heal pickup, which we do, and we should have 2 plasmas. Okay, which is cool. So now, if we walk over this guy, this one's auto respawning. So now we have the ability to do both. So this is kind of cool. And I believe now we are at a point where we're finally back to where we were trying to get to, which was, well, sort of. We were trying to get it so that enemies could use health packs. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I want the health pack to be dropped in an active item slot. We don't have the idea of an active item slot yet. But before we get into that, let's just see if we can get the enemies to do this. So, let's move these around a little bit. We'll get rid of the plasmas. We don't need those. I'm going to get rid of the dying one. I'm going to move this to be kind of in the middle. And we need an enemy. So let's bring back an enemy. We'll bring back 1 enemy. Now this dude is currently search and destroy. I think we disabled their ability to fight, but let's just see what happens. Okay, so she's gonna come at me. She does not fight. All right, so she's not meleeing, but she's making it hard for me to hit her because I don't have my my keyboard connected. So let's weaken her. All right, so she runs away. And where does she run to? She ran straight for the health pack. That's great. Now what is she gonna do? Oh, interesting. She's gonna stand on that health pack because she does not have the ability to do anything with the health that she just picked up. So let's take a look at what we've got going on. We can see in the behavior tree right now, she's probably in flee maybe? Wait, yeah, so she's basically trying to find health. If she doesn't, oh, interesting. Health found is not set. Find health. Okay, so we do have a broken behavior. It's not really broken, but there's a hole in our logic in the behavior tree. All right, so what's happening is it comes in here, finds the health, and then if it found the health, it finds a cover position. So what we need to do, is, oh, interesting. It broke out. That's the first time it's done that in a while. Okay, so now what we need to do is let's take a look at our find health task. All right, in our find health, we're going to go find it. We go to that position. How do we want to handle this? We need to think. We need to think. We could actually use the health here. Or we could just generally, randomly throughout time, if we have health packs, we could use them. That's another way to do it. I kind of like that one better because then whether you're fleeing or fighting or whatever, you might use a health pack. So basically up here at the top where we're doing things like strategizing and checking for ammo, we could also create one for checking for health and using health packs. That would be a way to go. But either way, we need to make it so that if you found a health pack, you don't just stand on it. Like once you've got one. So we've got to find a way to make it so we only come in here once, basically. We'll have to think about that. All right, let's go back to this and let's do this. Let's go check ammo. Let's browse to this. So this is a behavior tree service that checks for ammo. And there's a behavior tree service that checks, attacks, line of sights, checks objectives, sets the focus. We got a bunch of them. All right. What we want to do is make one that will check for a health pack and use it. And in this particular case, when we're ticking, we're getting through our inventory and we're looking for ammo. We're doing a thing. All right. How often do we want to check for this health pack? Well, let's just go back to this and duplicate it and just make it work for right now. So duplicate this. And this is going to be check and use heal items. All right. And what we're going to do in here, we have to figure out how we get hold of our heal items. So we're going to get the inventory. We're going to get all of our components. And I believe our heal items are set with a tag. So let's see if we can find that. Heal. This is an equipment ID heal pickup, which grants you the ability set heal. And the ability set heal is a gameplay effect that applies instant heal. All right. So this is the equipment item definition, but this is the item definition. And it has a stat of heal. Okay. Interesting. Okay, this is gonna be a fun little trip. All right, so the stat we're going to look for is, let's first do this, has stat tag. And the one we're looking for in this case is heal. We're going to clean up all this other stuff. Ladder shooter game heal. Okay. And we don't need this. We don't need the total ammo. We don't need to set that either. All right, we're going to get rid of the print strings. We're going to get rid of the set blackboard values. So if it's a heal, we're going to do some stuff. So first things first, let's just make sure this is actually happening. We don't need to check our total ammo. We don't need total ammo or out of ammo, which is cool. We can compile that. So if we have a heal, then what we need to do is we need to do something with this. So get equip, get definition, get item definition. Okay. Can I get the ability set in here? Ability. Ooh, interesting. So the ID heal pickup has an equipment definition, which is an equipment item definition of heal pickup, and the heal pickup has an ability sets to grant. And it has a heal. How do I activate this item? That's what we need to do. Oh, we could just equip it. I think we just have to equip it. This is the item definition. Can we equip this? Equip. Ooh, nope. We. All right, there's a way for us to do this. We just need to find it. Let's take a look at our tile for our items, which in this case is here. As an example, we look at the graph. If we click on this, we get the inventory. We get the inventory item. Hold on a second. If it's active, we come in here. From the item definition, we get an inventory fragment equipable item. All right, let's see if we can do that. So if it's a heal, ooh, inventory fragment equipable item. There we go. Ooh, we're one step closer. Okay, so then with that, as long as it's valid, and we can get the equipment manager, it looks like, then we can get the equipment definition from it and we can equip it. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to copy all of this. Let's just copy all of this. And then we would need to remove the stat tag as well. You know, I kind of wish the inventory manager would handle this, because this is kind of a pain in the butt to have to do all over the place. I would think we would want this to just be part. We definitely do. We want this to be part of it. Eventually, we're going to want this to just be part of the inventory system. The fact that we have to do this in multiple places is not the best workflow. But let's just see if this is going to work. All right, so we'll paste all this right here. So this is going to be our item definition. All right, we're going to get the owning player. We're going to do all these kind of things. Inventory item is not defined. I believe that is this. Let's see. Okay. It's going to go through and do all that. We do need to do the same thing here. We could variabilize this. That would be nice, actually. But again, I think this whole thing needs to be moved. Does this compile? Nope. Does not. Of course not. Remove stat tag. Inventory target for this case is what? The Lyra inventory manager component. So where's our inventory manager component? Lyra equipment. Get the owning player. Ah, here we go. Jeez Louise, this is gonna come all the way over to here. Yep. And if that works, do we need this? Controlled pawn, we have it. We don't need that. We can get rid of this. Okay. Now let's see if we compile. Holy smokes, it compiles. It's a miracle. All right. So theoretically, this is now a behavior tree service that checks and uses heal items. Theoretically. All right. And if that's the case, let's start simple. All right. And what we're going to do is let's change this so it doesn't auto respawn. It only is going to fill once. And we need to add this into our behavior tree. Now, I believe we want to do this up here. Because if we're in Flee, well, actually, I think we need to do it in here too. Let's do that. Add service. Check and use heal items. All right, and we're only going to do this every, let's say 5 seconds. We don't need to do this that often. Let's save that and let's go. Oh, she swiped at me. She's running for the health. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, dude, she used it. We are invincible. Now, it's interesting. She didn't heal for that much, though. Okay, let's see what now. Okay, let's change this back. Let's change this is exciting. All right. Man, we may finally be at the point we were trying to get to 2 weeks ago. Maybe even 3 weeks ago now. Of course, I have to reload. Go get your health. She used it right away. Okay. Now does she run back for it? No, she doesn't because her health isn't low enough. But once I get her health low enough, she takes a swipe at me, goes and grabs that, and then she runs, comes at me again. What? Oh, man. She's way smarter now. That feels so much better. it would be cool if... Okay, I think eventually we're going to need to... Wait, how come I can't pick that up? Okay. It would be cool if eventually she was even smarter. And if there was a heal pack on her way to wherever her objective was, she would just pick that up. Kind of like any normal player would scavenge. Oh, there's heal pack. I'm going to duck and get that before we go back in the fight so I have it. Now, here's the big problem with healing. She's going to be able to heal faster than I can. Because for me to heal, I have to press item, then I have to go to active, then I have to press heal to heal. Okay. Oh, and I'm out of ammo. Well, that crashed. And she took another swipe at me. Oh my goodness, she killed me. Oh. Find a gameplay effect. She's going to go get the heal. She got it. Why isn't she running though? She just oh, okay. She just stands there. Okay, so this is why she stands there. What happens is she's going to go pick up that heal. And then she's going to stand there because she found the heal. All right, so this is something we do need to fix. All right, let's just double check here. All right, and this is where we were talking before. Right now, she finds health, and then B health found is not set. What we need to do is, if we pick up health, we need to unset this condition, I think. Or we just need to change the way we're thinking about this entirely, and let's see here. If we find a health, we want to go get it. See, this is basically health not found. Strategy enum is not equal to ally. Strategy enum is equal to ally. This should be a selector. So these would be the same thing. I think we want this to be a selector. Okay, so we basically want this to come into here. And then we are either an ally or an enemy, one of the two. All right. And then if we find health, basically we could get rid of this. And we could move this up to here as an example. And then we can force this successful. Okay. Now, that's just cleanup. That doesn't actually solve our problem. This is, so escape. So this is, so what's going to happen is it's going to come in here. It's going to find the health. If it finds it, it's going to move to it because we found it. All right. And then when we're there, we're going to wait for a second, but it's never going to, then it's going to come back through. It's going to find health, which is still true. All right. And so it will never go back in and find cover task or patrol once it's found a health. So let's double check a couple things. First off, find health. Oh my goodness, this is one of those crazy complicated ones that is going to kill our performance one day, but that's okay. first things first, in here, we want to set the find health to false, which I doubt we do. Let's find found health. We don't need this print string. Okay. And then we come in here. Be health found true. If the objective actor is not legit, then we set it to false. But I think we need to start by setting it to false so that every time we come in here, it's clean. So much in the same way we initialize all of our variables and stuff. Where's this go to? It's all from there. It's kind of confusing. Let's clean this up a little bit. Get rid of this. And let's start by setting our value to false so that it resets. Okay. I believe that should change her behavior a little bit. I think we need to, let's put the respawn timer for this dude. Right now, the timer is not a public variable. So let's save that and let's fix that so it is cooldown time. Let's change that to instance editable and expose on spawn. I'm going to double the cooldown time. And the reason we're going to do that is I want to give her a chance to run or do something else if we did in fact fix that. All right, so here we go. Or in this case, it is still a she. Oh no, headshot. Shoot. Here we go again. Okay. So she's going to go pick up the health. And now, wait, did she, oh, she used it already. She's running. Pick that up. Why is she still standing there? Oh, because... Okay, hold on. She's still standing there because health found is still true. And the reason health found is true is because it's finding a pickup. Let me just double check this. Where were we? We were looking at find health. And be health found. Let's do a print string right here. I'm pretty sure we're always setting this to true because the way this works is found health. Let's make this bright green because it is health. And we'll make it 10. Let's make it 5 seconds. And let's go. Where are we at, people? Okay. So found health. Okay. Look, it's still finding health. All right, so we found health. Okay, we need to change that countdown. Let's change that countdown to be something like 12 seconds so we have time to debug this. Interesting. All right, so we found health. Found health again. Found health. So even though the health has not spawned, we're still finding health. So the way this is working is, okay. Oh my goodness. We can't just, all right, let's see. How are we determining whether or not we found health or not? Shooter game heal. That's the stat, that's the tag stat. Yeah, that's the stat tag for this thing. This is a B test pickup. When we pick up the B test pickup, we set the visibility. We're deactivating the gun pad. Ooh, all right, basically, here's the deal. There's no sense of our pickup state right now. We don't know if the item is in cooldown or if it's actually available for pickup. So what we could do is we could check something like the cooldown percentage, or we could just make it so that there is the idea of the item is available or is in cooldown. It's probably easier to put it is in cooldown. Let's just try that for right now. V is cooling, not calling, cooling down. Spelled it wrong. Down. Okay. And what we want to do is when we pick this thing up, we're going to set this to true. Okay. And then what we want to do is after we've finished and we're reactivating everything, we're going to set this to false. All right. Yeah, so is cooling down is probably not the best name for this because we're going to have to use a negative to check. So let's change this to be is active, pickup available. Do that. Pick up ready. Okay, well, let's call it pickup ready. So we're going to set pickup ready to true here and pickup ready to false there. Okay, that works. Now, let's compile and save this. Now, what we want to do is in our find health task, in addition to this, what we want to do is we need to check pickup ready. So we need a test in here. If this is true, then we are going to add it. Otherwise, we don't want to be trying to pick it up. Let's clean this up a little bit. All right, so that should solve that problem. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Double check our chats. That's all good. All right, so here we go. Back to it. Now, what should happen is B health found should not be true when it's in cooldown. It's interesting. All right, so it's gonna run for the health. Whoa! What are you doing, buddy? How come you're not going to... Oh, okay. Problem is, first time we start, he's not running to health, right? So it's kind of working. And the reason he's not running to health is because when we start, our health pickup is not ready. So where's that item? So by default, pickup ready should start as true. All right. Here we go. Same deal. Shoot some enemies. Get them to do their thing. Bang. Bang. It's a decent shot. Trying not to get headshots here. All right, there's another thing we need to fix with our, oh my goodness. There's another thing we need to fix with our enemies. Let's just call it out when we start. It makes this kind of boring. Watch where he runs to. Okay, he basically always runs to my 90-degree left. Okay? That's because of the way he's choosing which position he's going to. Oh my gosh, I just headshot again. You know what? Maybe we should switch to the sword. So when they're choosing their attack locations, by default, he's always choosing 90-degree left. Which is kind of... Okay, so he picked it up. Shouldn't be sitting there. Interesting. Okay, so he makes a run for it. Picks up the health. Now, he should not just stand... Oh, he used it already. Come on. Ah. I can't even hit him. Yeah, I'm good at my game. Why is he just standing there? It's saying he's found health. Okay, hold on a second. Pickup ready to false. The minute we come in there, we set the timer by event. We activate the gun, we deactivate the gun pad. Then we kick off this timer when the cooldown is complete. And this happens whenever we have, oh, actor begin overlap. He's standing on it. He's standing on it. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. This is cool. If we get our pickup is ready, if our pickup is ready is true, then we can do this. Otherwise, we're not going to do anything else that's in here. This is so kind of a shot in the dark, but let's give it a shot. I think what's happening is he's standing on the health pack. All right, so he's going to go, picks up the health pack. Jeez Louise. Come on. All right, run for the health, buddy. Man, he already used it. He's running to the health. Why? How? What? How is he running to the house? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. We're looking in test pickup. Find health. If the pickup is ready, it will go through. Okay. It's setting the, oh, I know why. Wait, do I know why? We're setting the objective actor here. All right, we have a flaw in our logic, I think. We're basically checking our objective actor and we're setting it, if it's an actual actor, then we're saying we found health. But the objective actor is being set to the weapon actor. Now, why we call it the weapon actor, I don't know. Find all the references to this. We set our weapon actor to our weapon locations. Okay, we need to go extreme with our wait time. All right, I'm going to go to be 25, let's just say 30 seconds. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to put a breakpoint in this blueprint and walk through it. Because it doesn't make any sense. All right, so she's running for it. She is going to pick it up. Okay. And then let's see here. Find health task. F9. All right, so we're in find health. All right, B health found, we're setting to false, clearing all of our positions, getting our backboards, controlled pawns, that's fine. Get our inventory. We're going to go through here. Then we're going to complete that. We're going to go here. Pickup should not be ready. It is not ready. Okay, our min distance. Weapon location. There's a weapon location. How's that a weapon location? Did we not clear weapon location? Oh, we didn't clear weapon locations. So it's finding it from the last time. All right, so let's just double check and make sure. Find references. Yep, we're not clearing it. Oh, well, maybe we are. Hold on. That's adding. That's adding. That's getting. Yeah, we never clear it. All right, let's see if we can clear that, and that'll help us out here a little bit. Weapon locations, clear. Need to make sure we initialize all of our variables. Okay, here we go again. Everything's gonna work this time. is she? Oh, don't hit the head. Come on back. All right, let's clear this. We know we don't need this anymore. Okay, so let's, hey, come on, follow her. So she picked up the health pack. Oh, she healed right away. So she's running. Wait a minute. No, how is she going there? She should not be able to go there. Doesn't make any sense. All right. We're clearing weapon locations. Weapon locations. None. Good. We have no weapon locations. What? How's our weapon actor set? That doesn't make any sense. Is it because we didn't clear it? That's gotta just, All right, find references. We set it. We set it to an object. We get it here. We never clear the weapon actor either. All right. One more time. One more time. Clear. Can I clear this? Nope. Set it to, can we make it null? Nope. Set null. Can't set null. Can't clear it. So let's just do that. Just try setting it to none. Just like this. Okay, we'll get rid of all of our breakpoints and we will go one more time. I love plan B. All right, we got our gun. Okay. On her way. Come on, let's go. She picked up that thing. What? Took a swipe at me. Now she's running away. There we go. She healed. She should run away again. She does. Okay, great. All right. We made some progress. That's fantastic. So she's hiding. It's interesting that she decides to come out and take a swipe at me, though. It's kind of funny. I don't remember programming her to do that when she was weak. So she picked up her heal pack. Now she runs away and hides. Then she heals, and now she's good to go. Okay, she feels way smarter. Okay. This is great. All right, I think that that is a good stopping point for tonight. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right. So tonight we were able to get, actually we made some progress. That was kind of cool. We actually were able to get, our enemies to be able to use health packs. We even went a little bit beyond that, and we were able to get them to be a little bit smarter about picking them up and things like that. I think ultimately they're going to need to be a whole lot smarter for scavenging to make them feel just even more intelligent. I imagine there's going to be a lot of opportunities for, I mean, I actually think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to use machine learning and AI to actually power our AI in a much smarter way, the same way we can compress all of the internet down into a single 2 gig file that can be used on an iPad to do things like ChatGPT and all those kinds of things. I imagine we will be able to get to a point where we can take all of the possibilities of all the things that we would potentially want our enemies to do, which will be much smaller than gigabytes, and compress those down into just this massive lookup table that's super easy for them to use. And I think that's going to be exciting. But for now, she feels, or he feels, or whatever they spawn as, our enemies feel much smarter being able to use health and things like that, which is really cool. I think next time we are actually hopefully going to get back into trying to make the experience feel good again and doing some of the balancing. So spawning our 3 allies, 3 enemies, 6 enemies, however many enemies, figuring out weapons and stuff like that. I think the one big elephant in the room for me personally is I really don't like the way combat feels right now. And a huge part of that is because of the way the current animation blueprint works and stuff like that. It doesn't feel mobile. It doesn't feel powerful. It doesn't feel, especially when we're talking about melee weapons, you know, guns and swords and all those. I mean, guns and range weapons, you know, they are what they are right now. But I still think there's work we can do there. We also have an upgrade to 5.1 to do. There's a bunch of things we have to do. But next stream, Wednesday morning, I think we'll hop back into just trying to do balancing, getting enemies to work again with our allies, seeing what it feels like to play the game, and then probably start to tackle some of those bigger things like replacing our entire animation system and potentially upgrading to 5.1. For anybody who was hanging out in the wings, thanks for hopping in. As always, if you have questions or you want to cover something else in the next live stream, that's the point of these live streams. Hang out, answer questions, and stumble through learnings together. I'm just working on this game in the absence of questions around those things to fill the time and also, you know, keep the office hours going. So I hope everybody has an awesome start to your week, and I will catch you all on the next stream. Take it easy.